Just 10 months since sports betting went live, New York State has generated approximately $550 million in just state tax revenue and is expected to hit $600 by the end of 2022. Oh my goodness. New York passed a bill in 2013 that legalized sports betting on a state level. However, as they do with everything else in this state, they delayed its launch until 6 years later in July of 2019. However, even after that first sportsbook was launched, the actual industry in New York didn't launch with it until mobile sports betting came around. And since day one, January 8th, 2022, New York has seen some unbelievable returns. Honestly, it's pretty believable. I mean, in a state like New York, it was a home run the minute it was legalized. People were doing it anyway, and with so many people in this state, especially in the city, it's a no-brainer. On sports betting, the state has received more tickets and generated more revenue than any other legal state since the beginning. And a big reason for that is what I mentioned earlier, the state tax. New York charges a New York premium of 51%. So with the total New York betting revenue being around $1.1 billion, they'll take about $550 million, with the rest going to the sports books. Not a bad payday for the sports books either, realistically. But some of them, there have been some questions about sustainability in this state specifically. The government expected $249 million in revenue by May. However, New York shattered that. And with those exceeded expectations, multiple sports books have had to shift their approach in the Empire State. There are currently 9 sports books live in New York, and as you can see on the screen, many of them are doing well, but many of them are also not expecting a lot of short-term revenue, and you can see who that is in the picture. In New York, we have FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, BetMGM, BetRivers, PointsBet, WynnBet, Resorts World Bet, and Ballybet. They're all legal books in the state, and FanDuel leads the way by quite a bit, generating an estimated $76 million in the month of October, with DraftKings earning $41 million. A pretty steep decline from first to second, but an even greater decline from second to the rest of the group. But since the top and almost the majority are doing just fine, they may force the state to provide a tax cut, which would be fantastic for the sports books. In October, New York as a whole hit a record $145.7 million in betting revenue, setting the record from the month before. So things are steadily increasing, and the tax cut could be coming sooner than expected. And obviously this is a prime time for betting in New York. I mean, the World Series just passed, and the Mets and Yankees were pretty damn good this year. We have the Jets, the Giants, the Bills all playing fantastic. I mean, there's a lot to be happy for, and it's really just a recipe for overconfident New Yorkers to dump their paycheck into their favorite teams. And now with hockey and basketball on the rise, I mean, the Rangers, Islanders, Knicks, and Nets, another 4 teams for New Yorkers to dump their money on. And honestly, they're all pretty decent or good or great, so a lot of confidence to come in. So it's highly likely that things will continue to increase, and it'll be interesting to see, honestly, how much money was created over a full calendar year come January. And honestly, in my opinion, there isn't a better place in the world for sports betting. I mean, we are obnoxious, overconfident, self-absorbed as anything. I mean, and 3 of those traits are very important to continue gambling on a daily or weekly basis. But that's why New York is what it is. We're the capital of the world, and now the capital of sports betting. What state do you live in? Is it legal there? Have you placed any bets? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to discuss and share our sorrows and maybe our wins. Hopefully you have more wins. You can also find links to all the resources I used to create this video in the link in the description, along with my social media, Mike Krupchenko on Instagram, Twitter, Mike K Talk on TikTok, and you can also find my website down below that I will be launching very soon with written versions of all these videos, along with other content to come from me very, very soon. And until next time, good luck gambling and have a great day. Thank you so much.